On today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to shorten these cordless mini blinds. They're a little long, so I'm going to remove some of these slats. Go ahead and show you how to do that. The tools that you need is a pair of scissors, a screwdriver, and here's the instructions. I read them so you don't have to. Put that away. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, these slats are solid, so they don't have the little cutouts like some of these over here. See how this one over here has a hole right there? This one here is solid. The way it's held on is there's a little tiny hole right there, and a little string holding it. So all you gotta do is cut that little string there, and that other string right there, and then we can just slide these out. So that's how you remove these. Okay, lower them all the way down. Okay, so my bottom rail I want to be right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all the slats from here all the way down to the bottom, except the bottom one. I'm going to keep that one. So let's go ahead and do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some scissors, and we're going to cut this little string. Get some scissors and cut this little string right here. Only this string here. See this one? Be real careful with this. Okay, just those two, and then the slat. Slide it out. Get here better. You see this little small string right here that's holding in here. That's the only one we're taking off. Let's go ahead and do them all. It gets easier as you go down, so. And again, I stress how important it is not to cut any of these other strings, especially the tension one. If you cut that tension string, you're going back to Home Depot, buy another one. Believe me, it's happened to me at a friend's house. Putting up some mini blinds, and we cut that tension string, and we're back at Home Depot buying another mini blind. Okay, after you removed all the slats, it should look like something like this, all the way down to your bottom one. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to cut all these strings. We're going to cut all these strings, so just cut them down like this. Cut them all. Okay, now there's buttons down here. We're gonna remove those real quick. That holds these vertical strings. Okay, now we have these lift strings here, which is this one right here. This one you do not want to mess with. This is what's hooked up to the tension mechanism here on top. It's hooked up to the tension mechanism here on top. You don't want to cut those. Tension mechanism is right here. Let's see if you can see it. These buttons here you can pop out. You can use a screwdriver on here. Okay, now that we pulled all the buttons off and we pulled the horizontal strings, here they are here. These here, so let's go ahead and put the buttons back in. The buttons are the tension string. Here's your tension string here. Let's go ahead and put those back. So now, let's go ahead and lift this up to where we want it to lift. So let's go ahead and just down here and just pull up. It should go up with the tension. So there we go. That's where I want the bottom to be. Right there. Okay, now what we're going to do is all this excess string down here where all these are, we're going to cut it. So you would cut it so you can tuck it in underneath in here where the buttons are. So let's go ahead and cut cut those. I would say I'd cut them about right to here. I don't know, about 2 inches or so. Okay. There it is there. We're not quite done yet. All we have to do now is tuck these strings inside the button here. If you want to make it easier, you can cut these horizontal strings to make it easier for you to tuck them in. Okay, the hardest part for me is setting up the camera so I can show you guys this. Okay, down here on the bottom, you tuck in these strings here on the side. Make sure they're even. Tuck them in on the side. Okay. And then this button here, push it back in. Like so. See, like that. Make sure these strings are even right there. Okay, there it is there. I got all the bottom buttons back in. There it is there. Got it adjusted. Thank you for watching my tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Now we're going to do this one.